YouTube, what is going on? HeirofCarthage here, and welcome back to another Total War Warhammer 2 battle. I'm excited to bring you this one. It is full of all kinds of awesome action. It's going to be fun, but before I get started on it, sorry I haven't played some of my own battles the last couple of days. I've been busy with two different projects. One, I'm prepping for the Archaon the Ever-Chosen End Times thematic campaign. It's going to be the first of its kind that I've ever done on my channel. It's going to be super fun. It'll be all themed. Very story-esque. I'm going to really put a lot of work into it. You're really going to enjoy it, so stay tuned. It's coming soon. And then I'm working on another project to teach you how to build your own elite gaming PC for those of you who may have cleaned up enough money after Christmas, looking for a chance to build your own machine and get some top-of-the-line gaming experience. So Cooler Master and MSI, they both pitched in. I have something really cool for you, and I'm excited to show you how to build your own amazing gaming PC. Anyway, that aside, like I said, welcome to the battlefield. We're going to have Norska here teaming up with our good old friend, the Tomb Kings. So, yeah, we're going to have a sweet matchup. And then on the other side, Harganeth and Bretonia. So, as far as the leaders go, let's start with the Tomb Kings. It's going to be Archon the Black, and he is going to be fielding the Purple Sun, Spirit Leech, and Fate Abuna. He is supported back here by a Kimrian War Sphinx, which remember is armor-piercing, anti-infantry, construct, giant monster. The Tomb King infantry is going to all be trash for the most part. Pretty normal for Tomb Kings. There's going to be 4 Tomb Kings skeleton warriors up front. And then you're going to have 2 Tomb Guards. Pretty decent infantry. There is an Ushabti with great bow. Out on this flank, there's actually a couple of Sepulchral Stalkers supported by a Necrotect, which is a really cool touch over here. He is also on a chariot, meaning that he can provide some pretty good support against infantry. Sepulchral Stalkers, armor-piercing anti-large. Just to remind you here, too, they've got a poison armor-piercing missile attack, very short range, but can be quite helpful. So these are good units to take against cavalry. Don't see them used a whole lot, but they are solid units in the right scenario. And as for Norska, we've got Wulfric the Wanderer atop his mammoth, and he's got his boat with him as well. He's supported by a Shaman Sorcerer, Lore of Death, sporting Spirit Leech and Purple Sun as well. So going to be Purple Sun potential all over this battlefield. There are a couple of, what do you call them, Marauder Spearmen, and then several Marauders. There are 2 units of Horse Masters. One is kind of back behind where the camera's at with an Ice Wolf. And then here's the Beast of Tanshar. And then on the far flank, 2 Frostworms. So huge numbers of large units on the battlefield for Tomb Kings and for Norska. Now, as for the Bretonnians, a front line of men-at-arms, a couple of spears mixed with a couple of swords. We're going to have 3 peasant bows with fire. Behind them, the forces of Harganeth begin. But let's finish Bretonia real quick. They're led by Lewin Leoncoeur. There are 2 Knights of the Realm and a Grail Knight over here. And then as for the rest of Bretonia, there are some men-at-arms with polearms and then some foot squires in the very back. And they are all supported by a Grail Relique and a Damsel Lore of Life. Look at this. Lewin and his Knights just turning their backs to the battle. They want nothing to do with it. And then right here before the action begins, just going to pause it for a second, we got the Knights of the Ebon Claw. The Harganeth has a line of 4 Bleak Swords, or 3 Blackheart Corsairs, 2 Charybdis. Wow. Supporting a Supreme Sorceress, Lore of Shadow. And then there's 2 Sisters of Slaughter back there as well. A lot of anti-infantry with some pretty dedicated anti-large here with the Supreme Sorceress. And the Supreme Sorceress is rocking Penumbral Pendulum and Enfeebling Foe. So there is a lot of infantry busting potential for the sorcerers on this battlefield, those wielding magic. An early skirmish here going on between the Horse Masters and the Knights of the Ebon Claw. And they are taking some damage. Some pretty nasty damage, to be honest. But these units are getting real risky here, and the Knights of the Ebon Claw are going to turn it around on them. Oh yeah, the Beast of Tanshar, definitely no match for the Knights of the Ebon Claw. They're going to run off, and then along the main infantry line, we've got clashes of Bleak Swords and Men-at-Arms, going with Skeleton Warriors and Norskins. Going to be a nasty fight, get started right here in the front. And then we've got a back line with Blackheart Corsairs. The infantry is going to be in trouble over here. Sepulchral Stalkers and the Necrotect coming in to field off. Oh, and nicely supported by the Marauder Spearmen. They're going to come fend off all this cavalry. Good idea. Hold that cavalry at bay, because the infantry fight probably not going to go well. The Grail Knights get hit with the Spirit Leech. Let's swing over here real quick. Just keep an eye on this fight. Wulfric plowing through the main line. He's going to get immediately attacked by the Charybdis. I'm trying to keep a good view of this. Oh, the ship from Wulfric, just look at it. Ripping through Bretonnian units. But look at this, a pendulum follow-up. So the Supreme Sorceress and Wulfric trading blows. Woo! Some nasty fights going on. Got a Realm of Souls. The Frostworms headed towards the back. They're doing some work on the archers. And folks, we got a fight on our hands right now. Our Archon right in the middle. And the two Charybdis not able to get a hold of the purple sun. And it is right on point in a huge blob of infantry. And look at it just splattering Bretonnians along the way. Let's look at the kills on that Shaman Sorcerer. Oh, that was nasty. 240 kill purple Sunburn of Zerus. Oh, yeah, that was good. Loving it. Wulfric has racked up 68 kills, and he's on a roll, but here comes the Knights of the Ebon Claw. They want a piece of Wulfric. There's some poison units back here, too. Oh, another pendulum from the Supreme Sorceress. She has racked up 86 kills already. The Kimrian War Sphinx over here, unchallenged by the Charybdis, and it is going to wreak havoc on the infantry. And look at the Necrotech, too. Again, he's already got 45 kills, and that's going to continue to climb. And Necrotech making himself worth it there in that chariot. With all the large units roaming around, the Charybdis just don't have a place to focus. They're being pulled all over the place, but no good place to focus. And the Knights are being dealt with by the Frostworms, infantry, and wolves. So a great play here. The Sepulchral Stalkers unused at the moment on the flank. You can see the fire arrows trying to work one of the Frostworms. The Grail Relique and the Damsel of Life not up here supporting the infantry where they need to be. Not the Damsel maybe, but at least the Grail Relique needs to be up here buffing leadership and get those men-at-arms with polearms in there. They need some support. Another purple sun. Looks like it ripped through the Sisters of Slaughter, but not right before another pendulum. That Shaman Sorcerer is now up to 295 kills. I hear another spell going off there. Oh, it's these Foot Squires. They got hit with the Fate of Buna. Man, the trading of spell damage here is insane. Knights of the Ebon Claw going after Wulfric. That Shaman Sorcerer, 296. The Supreme Sorceress about to top 100 kills. But those Charybdis just can't pin down any of their quarry here. So they're just not able to get the job done. And our Archon just back here working at will, 52 kills. The Summoned Ushabti tearing their way through the back lines here. And then just look at this. Is that the Liber? Yeah, the Liber Mortis. Physical resistance. Lewin is back here. Looks like trying desperately to save his fleeing forces who are being chased off the battlefield by Marauder Horsemasters. The Knights have regrouped. But here comes the Frostworm, folks. Those Frostworms look like they have Lewin in their sights. Oh yeah, the king is in trouble. Take a look here. Lewin has come back here to chase off these Horsemasters. He is singled out. First Frostworm hits a nice charge there. Lewin's in good shape though. This Frostworm better be careful. Lewin is no slouch. He is a tough target to be sure. Let's just take a look at the overall fight. The Charybdis back here with the Supreme Sorceress. They're cleaning up some of the remains of the infantry, and one of the Sepulchral Stalkers is getting caught and killed here. But it looks like the other one will get away, and having all that armor-piercing anti-large late in the game is going to be a huge potential win here for the Tomb Kings and their allies. Man, look at this battle unfold. So beautiful. Oh, Lewin took a shot back here. Oh, the Frostworm. Lewin took a shot, but he stays frosty and slays himself a beast because he's the king. Here comes another Frostworm, though. A couple of his chivalrous knights left to protect him. We'll see whether or not he can survive this. It is not looking good. If that Frostworm cycles out and gives him another charge. Oh, and the Death Shaman getting a quick cheap shot in while Lewin had his back turned. Playing dirty. Lewin's looking for some revenge. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh yeah, it hurts. And Lewin in big trouble here. Oh, tail whipped. Come on, Lewin, you're whipped. If you were dating that Frostworm, she had you whipped. Ooh, the lame jokes, folks, the lame jokes. Anyway, that's what Lewin gets for dating older girls. Oh, man. I'll quit. Let's take a look at the battlefield and see what's left. These two Charybdis are a mighty big bunch to overcome, and the Supreme Sorceress is still around too. She takes a Spirit Leech, though, and gets ahead of herself. She better get the heck out of there. Yeah, she does not want any part of that. Here comes Archon saying, hey, come on over. Oh, and the Charybdis. Oh, look at the... Oh, gosh. They can put such a beating on these units, but all these units are able to flee away from the Charybdis. There's nothing to pin them down. There's no cavalry or anything to add mass. And here comes the Kimrian War Sphinx. And look at this Supreme Sorceress desperately wanting out of there, trying to get to Archon, but he is too well defended. There are Ice Wolves, there are Beast of Tanshar, there's a Kimrian War Sphinx. And here comes the Frostworm, and the Supreme Sorceress gets KO'd. But she is left standing here. Oh, that's a way to die right there. Oh! That is a way to die. Look at this. CA, please. And of course, the leadership of the remaining Charybdis broken. What an ending. Did I promise you all a good battle, or what? You got a good battle. Yes, you did. 2 purple suns. That's like 3 pendulums, I think. 2 or 3, one of the 2. Oh man, Spirit Leech, Fate of Buna, monsters, infantry. Look at the battlefield here, just strewn with it. Love this game. Love this game, so much fun. Let's take a look at the stats here. David and Wicked, thanks for submitting, and Ghetto and Carlos Danger, thanks for playing here. A fun battle, folks, a fun battle. Look at this here. Wulfric the Wanderer racking up 213 with a combination of his Mammoth and Magic Land Ship. Oh, it's a good thing you're in the Warhammer universe. That's the only place where that becomes true. And then the Shaman Sorcerer of Death here, 322 kills to his name. 2 purple Sunburns of Zerus, racking up massive kills. 240 on the first one, so very, very impressive run. Just look at some of these other ones. 50, 45 on Marauder Horsemasters, 50 on a Frostworm, 56, both of them picking up a Chevron. Incredible amount of work done by the monsters and the leadership of Norska there. And then if we go over here to Davud, good kills on Archon, good kills on the War Sphinx. Good job keeping these Sepulchral Stalkers alive until late game. And that Necrotech racking up 94. Man, nothing to shake a stick at. That's pretty awesome. So, and then if we take a look at Ghetto here, his Knights just took too much damage early. When you have a unit like Knights or Grail Knights that have perfect vigor, you got to hold on to those units until late game. That perfect vigor, the physical resistance, get that into late game, and you got some pretty serious damage that can be done. And you saw how those Charybdis were working the battlefield, trying to pin stuff down. If these Knights could have survived until that late game, then they might have been able to give enough support to the units to like pin down the big units from, and there was a ton of big units from Tomb Kings and Norska, and if those Knights could have helped pin them down, the Charybdis could have helped finish them, but it was just too much. I think I think Ghetto and Carlos may have committed too much to the infantry fight. Maybe needed to pull some more units away from the cheap infantry fight. Yes, there were monsters and stuff coming in, but use those units to support and keeping, like, for instance, the Beast of Tanshar, the Ice Wolves, and the Horsemasters at bay so that your cavalry stays alive. I mean, you had 4 heavy cavalry for the other team. You had the Knights of the Ebon Claw, 2 Knights of the Realm, and a Grail Knight. They should have been able to help pin those monsters on the ground and keep them there for the Charybdis to come finish. And they could have used some of the extra infantry because the infantry from the opposing team just wasn't a huge threat. The Sisters of Slaughter and the Blackheart Corsairs could have helped handle that. Split off whatever you need to and go for it. But anyway, great game. Great game. Had a lot of fun with that. Appreciate you all watching. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and hit YouTube's pointless bell if you want to get a notification, because apparently subscribe doesn't mean that you want to be notified. It doesn't make sense to me, but sure. And if you did enjoy the video, it does me a lot of good if you can hit that like button, help other people find this. If you didn't like it, well then guess what? Pull out your favorite damage spell like Purple Sunburn and let me have it. Give me the biggest Purple Sunburn, whatever you need to do to pay me back for not providing you the proper entertainment. Speaking of, go into the comments, tell me what is your favorite Vortex spell in Total War Warhammer 2. What's your favorite Vortex spell to pull out? I'm going to have to go with Banishment myself. You all tell me what you think. See you next time.